Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is my channel, Linda T at Home. It's really good to have your company today. A warm welcome to my regular viewers and also to anybody new that happens to have stopped on my video today. Right, thank you as well for all your support and all your comments about my previous video. That was talking about losing weight, so I appreciate all your kind words. And I'll keep you updated on how that's going, if you want to if you want to know. Otherwise you don't have to watch. So I've done a sort of a weekend into next week shop from Sainsbury's this morning. I had that delivered. Cost me about £120 for this shop. I mean, it's just ridiculous money, I know, but you know, what can you do? So I was just going to go through a few things with you and just show you what I've got, and show you what I've got, and yeah, perhaps why I bought it. So I mean, I know that not everyone, sorry about the lighting in this kitchen, it's dreadful. I know not everyone's really all that interested in shopping hauls, but food shopping hauls, I should say. But I know some of you are. Some people find it interesting, and people that live abroad are sometimes they're more interested because, you know, it's interesting to see how other people shop and how other people eat and what they eat. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and I'll show you what I've got. I'm sorry if this is all a bit wobbly, but you know how my camera work is. So we'll just start this. It's only this amount of stuff. So it's not, I haven't bought tons and tons of things. I think there was 2 shopping bagfuls, actually, 2 quite large shopping bagfuls. So start off with the dog food. I've been buying this Lean and Tasty butcher's food for a few weeks now on recommendation from the vet. Obviously it's good for your pets not to have too much fat, and they seem to really enjoy it. Mind you, they'd eat anything, but I've never had a problem with them eating anything I've given them in the past, but at least this is a bit healthier. Nourishing food for dogs, whole grain, British and Irish farmed turkey, beef and chicken in these packs. And I sometimes buy the tins of this stuff if I can't get the little dishes of them. What do you call those things? Don't know. But this is because it's just measured out for you. It just makes life a bit easier. So got those for the dogs, and also for them I've got some treats, doggy treats, and some more poo bags. So not my usual poo bags, but that's a sentence you thought you didn't hear today. But that's all they had. I've got 12 British large eggs. I've got, in the way of kitcheny, toilety stuff, I've got some Ouse descaler for my kettle, which drives me nuts all the time. Some bottom wipey moist things that make your bottom feel nice. Got some shower stuff, simple shower, that's for me. In the back here we've got some Hovis whole milk, which is medium slice, and I've also got some sourdough bread. I've got a bit of a thing for that, and I think it's supposed to be quite good for you, better than, well, I suppose anything's better than white bread for you, isn't it? But yeah, it helps your digestion and all this sort of stuff, apparently, if you read what it says on the packet. These look a bit naughty, but not necessarily so. So I've got, these are each bags of 5 packs of crisps. So we've got kettle for current husband. I put those in his packed lunch. I've got pop chips, pop not fried. They are I quite like them. They're fairly boring, but I quite like them. Sour cream and onion flavour. They're 73 calories a bag. I don't count calories. I don't really understand how they work. I just reckon, sorry, rattle creak. I just reckon the less you eat of these things, the better. So that's why I've been buying these individual packs. And these proper chips, which are sea salt lentil crisps, 68 calories per pack, are really nice. I really like them. Don't know what it is about them, but I do. Then on to this sort of store cupboard, Napolina 5-bean salad. buy that quite a lot, put that in lots of salads and things. What are these called? Haldiki olives. Sorry, yeah. Really like those with dill and garlic. Put those in salads or just eat them. I just like them. Got a couple of packs of king prawns, large king prawns. We like fish and eat fish quite a lot, but I've been upping the fish since I've been trying to lose a bit of weight. Been upping the fish menu, you know, sort of buying a bit more. So I have got current husband loves fish as well. You know, he'd live on fish if he could. So I've got some cod loin, some haddock, smoked haddock, really nice. You get quite a lot. It's quite filling actually, and 2 lots of Scottish salmon to be used with or not with the prawns. Got a thing of butter because I'm not eating it at the moment, but current husband likes that on his toast, and I've got some baking to do this weekend, so I'm going to need some butter. I've got some cream cheese. This is fat-free cream cheese. I quite like it, and I know everyone turns their nose up, but I've also seen some videos on YouTube, people making little sort of egg and cheese bites. I think they probably don't call them that, but anyway, I thought I'd make some of those. Basically it's a just an egg mixture, and then you blend this stuff into it and it goes nice and smooth, and then you add you know, whatever vegetables you like, perhaps peppers or whatever, and you could make a big one if you want, but most people are putting them in little bun tins and making small little snack size, almost like quiches but without the pastry, if you know what I mean. So I thought I'd make some of those. I've done them before but never added cottage cheese to natural cottage cheese to it, so we'll see how that goes and see if they're nice. So, I'm so sorry about the noise all this stuff's making. Some lighter mature British cheese slices. We've got, or I have got, 2 things of, I know, it's just professional, isn't it? 2 things of broccoli, 2 heads of broccoli. I've got some spinach, watercress and rocket salad, 4 there goes mid broccoli, 4 jacket potatoes. Honestly, I'm useless at this, aren't I? A cucumber, some spring onions, some Granny Smith's apples. I'm still trying to do my apple a day, keeping the doctor away. Whether it does or not will remain to be seen. Some baby plum tomatoes. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting about the crinkles. Some avocados. Some mushrooms. I ripped that when I took it out of the bag. Carrots. These little... Sorry, I'm trying to get the noise away from me. Some baby sweet peppers, and they taste really nice. They've got, sometimes you buy peppers, don't you, from like the big peppers, bell peppers, is it? And you can buy them all year from the supermarket, but they don't really taste of anything. But these are really nice. I mean, they're not cheap, are they? But nothing's cheap. I was talking about these before, these golden kiwis, and I don't know if anybody has tried them. I'm not a big fan of the regular kiwis, the green ones. They look really pretty, and you put them in, or, you know, you put them in salads or trifles or fruit salads or trifles or whatever you want to put them in, and they do look pretty, but I just don't really like the taste of them. But these are just lovely. They're really nice. They're sorry, a little cough there. They're really sweet, and I just like them. And I've been having these. Sainsbury Sun Gold Kiwi. What's that say? Intensely juicy with a sweet tropical flavour. They are nice. I've been having these in the morning with that awful Greek yoghurt I bought, with some strawberries, blueberries, and one of these chopped into it. And honestly, it's really, I feel like I'm nearer to heaven for eating that sort of stuff, but it does, they do taste nice. I've got some English strawberries. Well, I think they're English. Where are these from? Oh, New Forest, so Hampshire. I mean, the strawberries we grow in the summer at home, they're just so much better than the ones you get the rest of the time. Blueberries, where are these from? Spain. Why don't we get, oh, maybe we do have British ones in the shops, I don't know. But this was what was picked for me. And some raspberries, which are, where are they from? Best before, I don't know. It says they're British anyway, I don't know. Raspberries. These, for current husband, hummus. I've been having hummus in a sandwich, just with some of these little peppers chopped up inside, and that's quite nice. Very filling. These Graze things, they're one of those things that sounds like they're really good for you because it says lemon and blueberry, but of course they're not. But they're a lunch box thing that I give to current husband. And some caramel bars as well. Who doesn't like a Tunnocks caramel? Who doesn't like Tunnocks tea cakes? Let alone the caramel wafer biscuits. They're great. Big up to Tunnocks. So, sorry about the noise and the rattling, and just hope you haven't had to turn your volume down. So yeah, that's the shopping I got this morning, delivered this morning. So I'm going to put that away, and I'm going to come back and have another chat to you about something else, I suppose. Right, so I had my hair cut yesterday. Don't know if you can tell. I think it looks a bit shorter. And I was thinking about growing my fringe out. And so she said, so I ummed and ahed, and to the hairdresser, she comes to my house to cut my hair, which is brilliant. She's a very nice girl, and which is a bonus. And I said, I'm thinking about growing my fringe out. Do you think it'd suit me if I didn't have a fringe? And so I showed her my Neanderthal forehead, and she said, well, people with lower foreheads are supposed to look better without a fringe. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, so I said, okay, well, just do it so that I grow it out and see how I go for the next few months or a few weeks until I see you again. So she did all that, and then when she showed me my hair, and I thought, oh yeah, that's very nice and everything, and I said, I'm just not sure about this fringe lark. So she said, well, I'll cut it if you want. I said, no, we'll leave it. And I said, if it just drives me nuts, I'll just have to lob a bit off myself. But anyway, so I don't really know what to do about that. I've put a little bit of, she did my hair yesterday, I put a little bit of dry shampoo in it just to give it a bit of body, but it actually, when she blow dries my hair, it's usually all right for 2 or 3 days anyway, so I expect most people have the same thing. Oh, here comes Bo. But anyway, so I've had that done. But the one thing she said to me when she started to style it, she said, oh, you've got some roots here now, haven't you? And that's the first time anyone has ever commented, because usually I'm really quite religious about doing my roots every sort of 6 weeks, but I just haven't bothered with them. It's just been, honestly, I've been really bad. And I don't know how many weeks ago it was I showed you those packets of the nice and easy hair dye, box dyes that I bought. But I meant to do them that sort of few days after that, and I didn't. So I must get round to do my hair colour. I'm letting myself go a bit, aren't I? Yeah, nothing much else going on this weekend. Oh, we did have a bit of a thing with our TV. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not. It's not desperately interesting, but I wanted to get rid of the position that our TV was in our living room. As I've said to you lots of times before. Oh. we've got a really small house and we've got a really small living room, and it's half living room and half dining area, and I just think there's too much furniture in it. Years ago we bought a set of furniture from Next. We bought a sideboard, a TV stand, a coffee table, and was there something else? Oh, a dining table and benches and chairs as well. So the dining table has got extra leaves that you can put on it, and so it had 2 benches and I suppose you'd call them, they're not carvers because carvers have got arms, but you know, you get the idea. And that was all great when we used to have Christmas dinner here and various other things, and have the children here. But now times are changing, and I don't think any of us have cooked Christmas dinner for the last 2 or 3 years. We've actually gone out for Christmas lunch, which has been absolutely fantastic, because I'm too old for it. It makes me absolutely, it stresses me out now. It didn't used to, but it stresses me out now getting all the stuff. And I love to have all the family together, and I like to feed them. I'm a bit of a feeder. But it's just too much these days, and I spend all day in the kitchen, and then I spend most of the evening washing up and tidying up, and you know, you kind of find Christmas has passed you by. So the last few years we've gone out for Christmas lunch, which has been absolutely fantastic, and I'm hoping we might do it again this year. I don't know, but everywhere's probably booked up by now because it's already July, isn't it? But yeah, so it's been really good. So anyway, we used to have this table, big table, because we used to need it for, you know, kids and grandchildren and partners and whatnot. But you know, I'm kind of going off that whole idea now, so I'd quite like to get rid of that. But it's, you know, we're at odds with that, because current husband wants to keep it and I don't. I want a round table, because I think you can seat probably 6 people around a round table. You know, a smallish round table, and it'll take up less room, and we don't really need the big table. So anyway, this is a bit of a long story, isn't it? And anyway, so the TV was next to the fireplace on this TV table thing, and it's right by the cupboard where I've shown you before that I want to rejig, which I haven't done yet. I haven't even started it yet, but I know what I want to do now. And you know, when with children going past it, well, and adults as well, going into that cupboard to get things, it sometimes you think, oh God, is the TV going to fall over? So I did. The one thing that I don't like is TVs on walls. But I thought this is the only way out for this. I can't think of another configuration of the furniture in the room we've got that's going to be better than it is now and accommodates the TV. So we decided we'd go out and buy a TV bracket last weekend. And I looked on the Argos website, and they had a couple on their reasonable prices, and we said, well, let's go. We had to go into town, so we went into Curry's. I said they might have a better choice there, and because that's what they deal with, isn't it? TVs and, well, among other things. And so we went in there and had a look at their very disappointing, I might say, selection. And I didn't want to order one online, really. I mean, Argos isn't really online, is it? Because you might order it online, but you go and get it, so it's quite easy. And it's in Sainsbury's, and I'm always in Sainsbury's. But so we went there and had a look, and he said we both agreed there was nothing there that was suitable and the right price that we wanted to pay, because our TV is a 50-inch, and we just wanted a flat to wall thing, because as I say, this is the only way round it, is putting this TV on the wall, which is something I've always railed against. So anyway, while we were in the shop, he said to me, well, why don't you order that one you saw in Argos on your phone, and we'll go, because we're very high tech, you know, and we'll go and pick it up on the way home. So I was doing that on my phone, and he wandered off somewhere, and he's showing me all these different, he came over to me and started showing me all these TVs, and he's been hankering for ages for a new TV, and he wanted one bigger than the 50-inch we've got. I don't know what it is about men and TVs really, the size that they want, or perhaps it's women as well, I don't know. But I think the 50-inch was perfectly the right size for our room. And so he's sort of coming over to me and saying, "Oh, come and look at this," and I'm saying, well, I'm just trying to do this order. So anyway, he wanders off, and he had actually, which I did forget to say, when we got out of the car in the car park, where else would we get out of the car? He said to me, "Don't let me buy anything in there, will you? Don't let me buy a TV," because he had this bee in his bonnet a few months ago, and we got my son-in-law to have a look to see if he could find some decent TVs for us, because we can't be bothered to do it. And when you've got children and children-in-law, you kind of make use of them, don't you? So it's his kind of thing really. That's his department, and because he works for Sky, and so I said no, yeah, we won't buy anything. So anyway, he's off looking around at these TVs. And he's saying, "Oh, and he's standing there." And I'm thinking, oh, this poor man doesn't really have a lot of joy in his life. Perhaps I should just say, get one. But I said, "Look, there's nothing wrong with our TV. It's a perfectly good TV. I think it's big enough. It's got a decent picture. We just don't need it. We've got other TVs in the house. We just don't need a massive TV downstairs. And it's bad enough that I'm getting it put on the wall anyway, but that's the only way round things, to make more room on the, in the room." So anyway, cut to the chase, and we found a particular TV, or he found a particular TV he was sort of standing looking at. And I went back to my messages from my son-in-law months ago, and some of the TVs he'd suggested, and this was one of them. And I thought, hang on, the gods are working here, aren't they? And it was the same price several months ago today, from a different retailer, but the same price in there. So I said, "Well, look, if you've got the money and you want to buy it," because I thought, I feel really bad just saying no to everything, because I'm a bit of a fun sponge sometimes. It's all right if I want something, but not if he does. But anyway, so we bought this TV, and you should have seen us trying to get it in my car. Oh dear, that was a laugh. It's quite amusing actually. It's a bit of a pastime, isn't it? I've done that when I've been sitting in B&Q car park, or I can't say car park, can I? I just did. And you see somebody come out with this massive bit of fencing or something, and they've got a Ford Fiesta. And you just try and watch them get it in the car. I think it's funny. It's a pastime, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, does it? Until you're there for too long in the car park, and then you get a fine, I suppose. But that's another story. And anyway, so we bought this TV home, and he put it on the wall, and everything's hunky-dory. And I've been decorating in the room as well. I think told you I bought some paint a couple of weeks ago, and I've just been repainting the panelling, and I've now decided I'm going to do the walls the same colour. So I've started on that, and I was looking at the fire surround. Oh, that was the other thing we got from Next with all this other stuff. It was a fire surround, and we're going back a few years. I mean, it's not exactly high fashion now or anything, but it's not bad enough that you want to go and buy something else. And I like to have a bit of a focal point in a room that isn't the TV. And although the TV is now over the fireplace, so they're both a focal point. And so I thought, oh, what can I do to decorate the fire surround? It's wooden, and I painted it the same colour as the panelling. And I thought, I tried to think of all different ways of making it look a little bit more interesting without making it look ridiculous, because people put tiles on and stuff, don't they? But I thought, like big tiles, and like Victorian fireplaces have panels with flowers on and all the mosaics and things. And I thought, I don't really want any of that because it won't go. And I did find on the B&Q website some small tiles. I put into the search thing bronze or copper coloured, because that's the colour I quite like in there. I think that would go. You won't remember my wallpaper probably, but it's kind of, it's a grey brown background and it's got a gold sort of diamond shape, which is a little bit Art Deco, not exactly, not, you know, but a little bit. And I thought it was something to kind of bring out the colour with that. So I found these tiles, which are 3 inches square, don't know what that is in centimetres, and I bought 8 of them, and I've stuck them around the fireplace, and I just don't know if they, I mean, I did this all with current husband's, you know, saying, yes, I think that's a good idea. I didn't just go and stick them on or anything, because I do need to have somebody tell me that what I do is right. I don't really have the confidence to do a lot of stuff. So basically, so I've got these tiles and put them on in a decorative manner on my fire surround. So I thought what I'd do when I finished rabbiting on here is just show you my living room, what I've done so far. It's a terrible mess because there's decorating stuff everywhere. My decorating clothes are there, and also my daughter is moving house, and she wants to get rid of loads of stuff, and current husband volunteered to do a car boot sale with one of his daughters on Sunday. So my daughter's partner bought the stuff over last night to our house, and it's just sort of sitting there. It's going to be gone by Sunday morning, but and I've had to put some outside as well, but it's a terrible mess, and I don't usually have a house that's a terrible mess, so I do apologise for that, because but it's, you know, it's just life, isn't it, when you're trying to do stuff and you have to move other things out of the way. And I haven't actually started on decorating the cupboard yet. Somebody did say to me, I apologise, I can't remember which person it was, but they said, oh, when you do the wallpapering, will you do it, you know, show us how you do it. And I think that's a good idea, but the only thing I'm a bit reluctant to on this particular project is because it's in this little cupboard, and I don't really think it's the right time to show you. And it's also, there's no, as far as I can tell anyway, I don't think there's a pattern match. So next time I do a project with different wallpaper, I will show you what I do. But I mean, I don't do any of this stuff very well. I'm just a sort of an old lady who does her best because she likes to change things around. I don't really have any great skills. I'm not very good at painting. I'm not very good at wallpapering, but it's just I don't really mind doing it. So that's why I do. But and the tiles, I wanted one of the tiles on the metal bit, the bit where the actual fire bit is, where the pretend stones are that are supposed to look like the, you know, the flames, where the flames come out. And I thought, well, how am I going to, because I put some stuff on to glue them, but of course they got to kind of go, don't they? Well, they don't make that noise. But so I've orchestrated a bit of a Heath Robinson device involving some tape and what do you call it, a cotton reel to try and hold it up. So when I go downstairs, I'll see if it's all fallen to the floor. And also there's some doweling to keep the other tiles in place as well. So it, you know, it's not finished yet, but I'll show you how I'm getting on, and then hopefully next week I will be able to show you how it all looks. Yeah, went to the last thing is a bit of a dog thing, so trigger alert if you can't stand me talking about my dog. I did take her to the vet this morning to have her stitch out from on her little paw where she had her wart. And I'm only telling you this stuff because some people, quite a lot of you really, say you like listening to stories about my dog. But I do appreciate there's two sides to this. And I don't know where she went actually. And she had to have a check for blood pressure, and I didn't even know that dogs got blood pressure. I'm a bit stupid, aren't I? It's not something I've ever thought of. But because I'd said she was acting not quite the way she normally did, they thought it was worth checking out in case she was getting headaches or whatever. So and the funny thing was, it was, you know, obviously it's roasting, well not obviously, but it's roasting today because we're in our third heat wave, and I don't live that far from the London area, so you know we are very high temperatures around here. And we got into, when we booked in at the vets and we're sitting there, and it's absolutely like an ice box in there because they've got this air conditioning on. It's quite a small place, but they've got this air conditioning on full blast. I was literally sitting there rubbing my arms. I was so cold, and you think the irony of it all, it's absolutely melting outside. But so the upshot of it was she does have high blood pressure. So they've given me some more tablets to give to her for a week to see if that brings it down. Yeah, but if it doesn't, I suppose she'll be on those for life. So she'll be joining the old lady doggy statin club. But other than that, she's doing pretty well. So bless her. She's a little trooper. And other dogs, I don't mention the other one much because not a lot's been happening with her, but she's lovely as well. They're gold, these dogs, honestly. Right, anything else to tell you? I don't think so. I'm going to just go downstairs now. I'm going to say goodbye, go downstairs because I need to get this video up tonight. Although my laptop's showing full of, you're over your limit for everything. I don't know what I'm over the limit for. I can never find out what the thing is that I have to get rid of. The biggest file I had in there, I did get rid of, but I don't know. So hopefully I'll be able to get this video up today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will just show you downstairs. As I say, it's a right old mess. It's nowhere near finished yet. But hopefully next week it'll look a bit better and I can show you the finished result. So you take good care, and thank you for watching me. Thank you for subscribing. Please like if you like my videos, and press the notification bell so you know when my videos are coming out. So my neighbour said to me, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this before, she said to me a while back that her sort of notifications haven't come up on my videos. She wondered if I'd stopped doing them. So if any of you have noticed that, would you let me know if you normally wouldn't have a notification and you haven't now? You're not getting them now. Would you let me know? Because something must have changed and I need to put that right, because I don't want you missing out on this quality of video, do I? So look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care and bye-bye for now. And I'll just see you for a few minutes downstairs. Bye. Right, we'll start with this fireplace or fire surround. So these are the tiles I bought. I've just put them on their side so they're diamond shaped to reflect the pattern in the wallpaper. I know they don't match, but I thought they were kind of, well, I gave it a bit of thought anyway. They're just resting on this bit of dowel which will come down, and there's a piece of trim underneath which will stay, and I shall paint to coincide with this colour. And this is the one where I've done a bit of a Heath Robinson thing too. I've got a bit of tape and a cotton reel to hold it up while it sticks to the fireplace. I don't know if it looks terrible or what, but I've done it now. So I just thought it looked a bit boring and maybe I've overdone it. Let me know what you think, but if you say it's horrible, I'll probably cry. So this is the TV's up here now, and this is the corner it was in. So I've just moved this cupboard, which actually matches. I just painted that out ages ago, so, but it is matching the fireplace. And this is the cupboard that I'm going to wave my magic wand with and try and make it look a bit more functional. I mean, I don't know how many times I've tried with this cupboard and it never really works. I don't know if it's too dark to see in here, but you know, it just accumulates a load of stuff. I'm hoping that we might be able to get rid of this thing because it's just no use really. Because it's here, I use it, but it's not really very practical for the things I want. And let's see, so you can see what a mess this room is. She's not complaining. And this is my table that I want to get rid of. So we've got these are my painting clothes. this is all my daughter's stuff that she's getting rid of, so that's not staying beyond the weekend. This is all my painting stuff. These things that I've got on the wall, these circular shells, I've got another one over there. You can probably see it, but they were really cheap and cheerful, and I don't like them. And I like to have photos up, but they just gather dust, so I might put some of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them really, because it's nice to have pictures of your grandchildren. They're my parents, and two of my grandsons. So yeah, and this is the fairly freshly painted panelling. The colour I used, should you be interested, this was the colour. Can you see the difference? So this is the new colour and this is the old colour, and the old colour was on the panelling before, so it doesn't, when once you've painted it, it doesn't look like it's going to be any difference, but it is, because you can see there is quite a difference. That didn't make sense, did it? But anyway, so I've done all this side. I've done the edging on this side, filled a couple of holes, but I can't find my scraper thingy. I'll have to look for that. This is the paint that I've used. It's Wicks Tough and Washable, shade 430, and the shade colour is Earl Grey. So although it's probably grey to most people, it doesn't look grey to me. It looks more beige. So I don't know what it is with my eyes really, because this is grey, but it doesn't look grey to me. I thought that was like a sort of a mink colour, the background of that wallpaper, but you know, obviously a dark colour, but anyway. Do I mean mink? No, I don't, do I? Mocha, that's the colour I mean. Only it's sort of I thought it was a dark mocha. Anyway, so yeah, that shelf's coming off the wall because I had a bit of a mania for putting shelves everywhere, or getting a current husband to last year, and that unfortunately has come to an end. So we're going to get rid of that. Might change that picture up, I don't know. So yeah, so that's the fireplace. I don't know. Does it look terrible? I don't know. Anyway, so I will bring you the cupboard when I've done it. I'm also wondering about whether to bother wallpapering it. I'm wondering if it's a waste of my energy really. Maybe just painting will be enough. So I might just take that wallpaper back. Do you remember the herringbone I showed you a couple of weeks ago? We'll see anyway. I'll see how I feel, because the wall surface is very not very good surface in there, but I haven't long painted it. I painted it last year, I think. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, if you still are. Good to have your company, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So take care. Bye bye.